NBC right now. Your local news at 6. This is breaking news.
Thanks for joining us. We continue to follow some breaking news near Selah, where a wildfire is burning out of control.
The Cottonwood fire started shortly after 11 this morning near Sheep Company Road and Old Durr Road. Right now, the fire has scorched about 6,000 acres so far, and dozens of homeowners have been told to evacuate.
The fire has also destroyed a barn and a shop.
Laura Murray has been following this story since this morning when it just started as a couple of acres. Laura, any idea on what started this fire?
Shannon, Meredith, we do know the cause now. We have confirmed that it was human caused, and it started at a nearby shooting range. Now, sheriff's deputies do tell me that the man who started the fire was shooting during legal hours, and he was actually the one who called the fire in when it just started as a little spark. But now, like you've said, this fire has grown to 6,000 acres and keeps growing. There are about 100 firefighters working together. In front of me here is the mobile command post, and I can see so many different entities: Highland, Yakima, Union Gap, Selah, sheriff's deputies, and so many more crews working together to tackle this fire. Now, Yakima County has put out a 5th alarm, so that means if crews are available, come to help tackle this. And crews have also applied for state mobilization to get more resources as well. There have been several mandatory evacuations, and now I'm also learning that Buffalo Road and Clemens View Road are on watch, which means they're on a level 2. So they need to be wary of anything to be made mandatory if they need to be evacuated. The fire is at 5% containment, and crews say they're going to be working around the clock to tackle this and keep you safe. The American Red Cross has set up a shelter at the Selah Civic Center if you're in need of a place for safety or in need of a place to stay tonight. Live in Selah, Laura Murray, NBC, right now.
All right, thank you, Laura. Well, down in the Columbia Basin, believe it or not, the cool and moist weather the past couple of days hasn't put much of a dent on the level of fire danger.
The fire danger in Benton County is still sits at very high. That means no residential burning except for recreational and warming fires, and only approved agriculture burning is allowed. Looking at the forecast, the fire danger is expected to go up through early next week. For more on what we can expect weather-wise tonight, we want to check in with Tim Adams.
Tim, how's it looking out there?
Well, thanks, Shana Meredith. We're talking about some gusty winds in our area. Let me show you first off what the airports are reporting for the winds out there. And you can see that we're still getting winds up to 23 miles an hour in Yakima, 24 in Ellensburg, 30 mile an hour winds down at the Dalles. Those winds have actually decreased from near 40 mile an hour speeds that were reported at the mouths of the canyons early on today. Satellite and radar showing how we've had a few showers near Ellensburg, Yakima, and the Selah fire area. Now those showers have been on the decrease. Some of the showers are more frequent as you get down towards Walla Walla and Pendleton as we go into the evening hours, and that's where we see the focus of tonight's showers and tomorrow, the possibility of a few mountain showers. Winds on the decrease overnight tonight, and by tomorrow, temperatures really starting to rebound as we talk about upper 70s and low 80s. I'm back in a couple of minutes. We can talk in detail about that extended outlook. Shane?
Thank you, Tim. Last month, we brought you the story of Bob Powell, a local World War II veteran who returned to the beaches of Normandy for the 70th anniversary of D-Day.
Bob returned home from his trip this week. Chris Luther met with him this morning and now joins us live. Chris, did he bring back anything special from his trip?
Shane and Meredith, he did. Look at one of these beautiful medals that was given to Bob, awarded to Bob while he was over for 2 weeks in Normandy. And it really sounds like an amazing trip. Bob stood just 2 feet away from President Barack Obama and Russian President Vladimir Putin. And also, Bob was nearly honored everywhere he went. Just days ago, Bob Powell took his first trip back to the sandy beaches of Normandy, France, where he was met with a party in his honor.
They put on a great show. All 3 or 4 beaches for 100 miles. Every little town had a celebration bigger than any 4th of July you've ever seen here.
Bob talked about the moment he first saw Omaha Beach since that violent day in 1944.
When I walked up on top of the ridge above the beach and looked down from the top of a pillbox to think that what we had faced 70 years ago there.
The experience also included sharing a stage with the world's most powerful people. Bob sat just feet away from President Obama and infamous Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Putin got a little booing by somebody, and The Queen got the great celebration, you know, a great hurrah when she rolled in.
But it was Bob who was treated like a king. Just look at all the mementos he brought back.
You see all the gifts I have on the table. Everybody's giving me something, and I'm an official policeman for some town there. I don't know which one.
The most memorable moment of Bob's trip was visiting a World War II cemetery near the Normandy beaches.
Saw the grave, you know, the cross of a good buddy that had got killed. You know, you got memories of the guy, and it's been 70 years, but you don't forget them.
Returning to the place where his life took such a dramatic turn is something Bob says was worth the trip.
It was just a great time.
Bob says that something that really impressed him while he was over there was the hospitality and gratitude of the French people. From everything he told me, it really sounds like the trip of a lifetime. Live in Yakima, Chris Luther, NBC Right Now.
Thank you, Chris. Hanford News tonight, another Washington River Protection Solutions employee has been cleared to return to work after smelling chemical vapors this morning. WRPS says the worker was walking near Hanford's AP tank farm when he reported the odors. The worker did not experience any vapor-related symptoms, but was taken to the on-site medical provider to be checked out. No work was underway inside the AP tank farm at the time.
New information tonight, a 37-year-old man attacked last week in Oregon is still recovering from a stab wound. It happened at the Sub-Zero restaurant and bar last Thursday. The bartender asked a group of people to leave and a fight broke out. Aaron Van Fossen tried to help. Morrow County Sheriff's deputies say 19-year-old Seth Edward Lee Finch of Pendleton tased Van Fossen while another suspect stabbed him. Finch has been arrested, but officers are still looking for the others involved. And the Yakima SWAT team just ended a 2-hour standoff at the Yakima Valley Inn on North 1st Street. Police were there after a stolen vehicle was found in the parking lot. After multiple announcements to leave the motel room were ignored, police deployed a flashbang to subdue the suspects. 2 women were taken into custody for armed robbery and car theft. Well, city and county officials are getting closer to deciding whether to combine the Benton and Franklin dispatch centers. So Fernanda Lopez reached out to officials to ask how far along the project is now. Fernanda.
Well, Meredith, it's a long process, but it's definitely moving forward. An interlocal agreement about how the regional dispatch center would work should be ready by the end of the summer. The Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland city councils, as well as the Benton and Franklin county commissioners, are working with a consultant to come up with a plan. Benton County Commissioner Sean Small says while it's taking a long time to get this together, it's worth the wait, and they just want to get it right.
We just want to make sure that everything is done correctly, and that if we actually do merge the 2 systems together, that is truly in the best interest of the citizens.
Small says it's been 2.5 years since they started working on this merger. He says there's already a strong partnership between the 2 dispatch centers, and this is just the next natural step. Live in the studio, Fernanda Lopez, NBC Right Now.
A travel writer with the Oregonian is headed to the Tri-Cities next week, and he wants you to help him decide where to visit. So some of the give-ins are the Hanford Reach Center and WSU's Wine Science Center, but there's an online survey you can take about your favorite restaurants, hiking and biking trails, and the best wine-related activities around the area. For more information on the survey, visit our website at NBCRightNow.com and look for this story.
A lot of good suggestions for him. Have to go find that out. Well, still ahead, listen up, motorcycle enthusiasts. West Richland's biggest event of the year is right around the corner, and you're invited.
Hogs and Dogs is this week, and we'll have the details on where you need to be and when coming up.
So just hang on, man, because I think for all those summertime activities, first day of summer, of course, arriving on Saturday, boy, it's a great time of the year.
I think this time of the year, everybody wants to be a little bit above normal.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Tim.
Well, after the break, we'll get a first look at this year's artwork for the Tri-Cities Water Follies.
And more construction equals more delays. We'll show you what roads you should avoid in Yakima this week. Crews with the city of Yakima are in the middle of a major citywide road resurfacing project.
It all started back in May, and city officials say it should last until this upcoming fall. Some areas this week where you'll be Or you'll see construction happening overnight as 40th Avenue between the Fruitvale intersection and River Road. Also 4th Avenue between Division and Walnut Streets, and again between Yakima Avenue and MLK Jr. Boulevard. All these roads will be closed overnight between 7 p.m. and 6 a.m. every night through Friday. Now we have an interactive map with all the current and upcoming road construction projects happening around Yakima. You can check it out on our website at NBCRightNow.com and click on news links.
Well, it's the biggest event of the year for the city of West Richland, and you're invited. The 14th annual Hogs and Dogs event happens Thursday at the Bombing Range Sports Complex. Organizers are expecting around 8,000 people. They say more than 4,000 motorcycles will be on display. The Chamber of Commerce is also partnering with Combat Veterans International to raffle off a 2014 Victory Judge motorcycle valued at $14,000.
We have a live band, we have a beer garden, we have hot dogs this year, we have Papa John's Pizza, and it's just a family event. We have a family area with bounce houses and face painting, and it's just something that everybody gets together.
Hogs and Dogs is this Thursday at the Bombing Range Sports Complex in West Richland. The event starts at 4 p.m. It is free to the public. The bike raffle is $10 per entry, and proceeds from this event help pay for other events put on by the Chamber, as well as scholarships for veterans. Well, for the 10th year in a row, the Tri-City Water Follies has partnered with Lockheed Martin to produce the official artwork for the Hapo Columbia Cup and Air Show.
Check out this year's artwork created by Lockheed Martin's Jason Fitzgerald. It depicts a modern turbine hydroplane with a retro paint job and the number U-49, signifying the 49th running of the race. The airplane is in the piece is coincidentally a Lockheed T-33, which will be appearing at the races. So get ready. The races run from July 25th through the 27th.
Yeah, they always do some great artwork over there for those posters, and you'll see them popping up around town over the next few weeks for sure.
That's right. Well, up next in sports, the Mariners look for a third straight win, taking on the Padres this afternoon.
Plus, the winningest coach in CBC basketball history is retiring. We'll hear from her up next.
Recapping today's top stories, firefighters are still battling a 6,000-acre wildfire north of Selah. Dozens of homeowners have been evacuated. So far, the fire has damaged a barn and a shop. It's only about 5% contained. The Red Cross has opened a shelter at the Selah Civic Center for anyone who was evacuated. Another Washington River Protection Solutions employee has been cleared to return to work after smelling chemical vapors this morning. WRPS says the worker was walking near Hanford's AP tank farm when he reported the odors. The worker did not experience any vapor-related symptoms, but was still checked out.
And a quick recap of the weather. Showers and winds on the decrease overnight tonight and tomorrow. It's going to be mostly sunny skies, less winds out there, and maybe just a few showers in the eastern mountains. Back to you there, Shana Meredith.
All right, thank you, Tim. And finally tonight, World Cup fever is making some enthusiastic Chinese soccer fans sick.
In China, World Cup fans are buying fake sick leave notes in order to watch the tournament. For about $8, a person can buy a fake sick note on the internet and then, of course, become sick so they can stay home and watch all the soccer, which I suppose is better than watching it on your computer at work.
Yeah, that's probably
true. Your productivity is way down when you do that.
I don't know. I would probably just go to the doctor and ask for a sick note.
There you go.
We'll be back at 11 with more news. We'll see you then.